Former Green Bay Packer Donald Driver spent his Saturday morning fixing up houses in Milwaukee's Amani neighborhood. Driver teamed up with volunteers from Northwestern Mutual and Habitat for Humanity for Rock the Block. Volunteers did some home repairs like painting and landscaping. He says events like this are all about giving back to the community.
These families out here, they never would have expected that someone would, like, I guess you can say, of my caliber, to be out here building their house or painting their house for them, and putting a smile on those individual faces, knowing that you care for them. And for me, that's the biggest smile you can ever give someone.
The Amani neighborhood is one of 3 neighborhoods Northwestern Mutual supports through projects like these. Good evening, I'm Mark McPherson in for Jacob Kittelstad. For the first time since 1996, the Milwaukee Police Department had to lay to rest one of their own killed in the line of duty. Services were held today for 23-year-old Officer Charles Irvine Jr., who was killed in a crash during a police pursuit 9 days ago. We have team coverage of the procession and the service for Officer Irvine. Today's tribute to Irvine started early this morning when a procession of dozens of officers moved his body from the funeral home to the church. We were there as officers on motorcycles led the procession west on Silver Spring Drive as officers lined the streets and saluted. As the procession approached Officer Irvine's district headquarters, members of the fire and police departments hoisted a large American flag for the procession to pass under. Skydrone 58 was overhead as the procession made its way past District 4 and past the crash site near 76th and Silver Spring. The procession then made its way to Elmbrook Church in Brookfield for this morning's visitation and afternoon funeral.
Well, if you were commuting in downtown Milwaukee today, you may have noticed that it was a bit more congested than usual. That's because the Department of Public Works closed portions of East Wells Street and North Market Street. The reason for the closures? So construction crews could work on the streetcar power station. The streets were closed for most of today, starting at 3 in the morning, both reopened at 5 this afternoon. The next closure will be for the Wells Street Bridge on Monday.
Another EAA Air venture is in the books. Organizers are already looking forward to next year after a week of shows and exhibits. One of the highlights this year, yes, the Blue Angels. Check them out. We saw them here in Milwaukee, too. They performed at EAA on Friday and Saturday. Another was the reunion of some of the Apollo astronauts. That was part of the 50th celebration of the Apollo program, which took people to the moon.
You have these individuals who have done amazing things in their career. They're highly educated. They're test pilots. They've been in space, yet they see this community from an innovation, involvement, and sense of being is something that they want to belong to.
Preliminary numbers show there were about 3,000 show planes this year.
About 1,000 people celebrated Bike Day in Milwaukee's South Side. Organizers gave away more than 300 bikes and 500 bike locks to kids and adults. They also gave helmets to anyone who came to the Kosciuszko Park. The 16th Street Community Health Centers put together this event for the 7th year to promote cycling and a healthy lifestyle.
We hope that people get some very significant education around safety and health and food choices, but more importantly, just come into a park as a family, experience their neighborhood, experience the joy of being physically active with their community.
The event also offered bike tune-ups, children and adult parades, and bike safety education.
Authorities report a Racine police officer shot and wounded a man overnight. They say that man was armed. Officers responded to the bar known as Tropical Paradise on Douglas Drive early this morning after getting a report of a fight and a man armed with a gun. When officers arrived, they say the suspect, 32-year-old Jeremiah Golden, refused to drop the weapon. That's when an officer shot him. Golden's injuries are not life-threatening. An investigation is pending. The officers involved have been put on leave. There were overturned cars, SUV, and even a flipped school bus in Delafield today. No crashes here, though. Instead, it was a demonstration to improve the skills of local first responders. Yeah, wild stuff. 5 Alarm Fire and Safety Equipment is hosting their annual Jaws of Life extrication training and crash response. About 95 firefighters and other emergency personnel from throughout the Midwest are participating in this 2-day certification course, which is teaching them proper methods for heavy rescues.
We teach everything from basic, intermediate to advanced skills, so each student will have an opportunity to rotate through 8 different stations in the 2 days of training and enhance their knowledge and their expertise in doing vehicle extrication.
The company has been holding this type of extrication training in Delafield each year for the past 10 years. It's Memorial Day weekend, and that means a lot of local parades and activities. That included a special event today at Wisconsin Harley-Davidson in Oconomowoc. Their 5th annual Honor Celebration and Honor Ride is a tribute to the nation's heroes. It featured military and veterans organizations, the Summerfest Street Team, and Nonstop Entertainment. Members of the Waukesha County Sheriff's Office led bikers on a unique Harley ride.
I think that's really probably one of the most special aspects, and what makes the ride part really unique is that we have the Jeeps for veterans that can't ride a motorcycle but want to take part in the ceremony at the War Memorial.
Organizers say World War II veterans, along with many others, take part in that ride. The annual event is free and open to the public.